Hey guys, NintendoCapriSun here, and welcome back to Apollo Justice! Oh my god, I don't believe this, man. Oh, we're gonna finish up this case, case 2. This is it, the big day. Did you get any sleep? Wait a minute, I forgot to sync, so 3, 2, 1, go. There. Yeah, I went to bed at 1 a.m. or so. That's early. What time did you wake up? 3 a.m. Oh, that's only 2 hours, Apollo. But at least you have me. And him. Yeah, I do, boy. Here's looking at you, kid. Who's here? Oh, you're here. Okay. What's up, criminal? Hobo Phoenix. Good lord. I was going out of my mind with boredom, so I signed myself out earlier today. Somehow that place makes fake piano playing at the Indochine pasta joint almost seem fun. Does he have another one? Wait a minute. No, it's probably the girl. That Sherman tank of a... What? There you go. First what? First burp. It's totally Alita Tiala. You need to find me a new mommy one of these days, Daddy. A new mommy? What do you mean? She says new mommy, it makes me think her old mom must have passed away. Maybe that's what happened 7 years ago. Huh. So, Mr. Wright, do you know who the... Oh, let's see. I knew it. I totally knew it. She's gonna be a witness? Yeah, she is. And we're gonna shred her to pieces, too. Why would she testify against her own fiancé? That's a good question, actually. Well, it's like I was saying before, she wanted to marry him to get his half of the... whatever he owns. I don't know. Do we know that he owns anything? Anyway, yeah. No, you're not pulling anything out of anywhere, excuse me. Jeez. Courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Walkie. No! Defense is ready. We're also fine. Prosecution is warmed up and it's a sold-out house. Turn it up a little bit. I know I'm always saying turn it down. This time I'm turning it up. Wow, yesterday's witness seemed more guilty than any other party. We did find out one thing for certain. Yeah, I got that. But... Ugh. Hair Joes, let me do something to the little new age. What? From the outside? What? Did I? What? Oh. Oh, well. Yep, here we go. Your name and occupation, Fräulein. It's Fräulein, somebody told me in the comments. Alita Tiala, my occupation is future wife. And inheritor. Traditional values, I respect that. Too many brides these days can't even weave baskets blindfolded underwater. No. They can't, can they? Oh, okay. You're scared. You're scared of the claw. Is it true that on the day of the crime, the defendant Walkie confessed his plans? Yeah, the court, it's yes, is all she has to say. And we're screwed. Don't you know better than to go talking about, you know, foaming at the mouth and starting small talking? That's where you mess up. So let's watch her now here and see what she's doing. So it was the day that the family health checkup results came back. When Walkie found out that Dr. Maractus had lied, he flew into a rage. "I'll teach him," he said. He took one of the family's pistols. And you already know what happened that night. I just don't see how anyone but Walkie could have done it. Well, She kind of held still for most of that, except for that third statement. Jeez. Fire from the pistol the defendant procured. Yes, this has been proven. Ballistics. Yeah, rifling marks, whatever. Rifling marks. Think of them as being a gun's fingerprint left on every bullet it fires. Just in case anybody didn't know that. It was the day of the murder. I should have stopped him. I just didn't think he would actually do it. Alright. So what are we cross-examining here? The first 5 statements or those last 2? Alright. It was the day that my I was gonna say, not your family. Not yet. That was the day of the murder. Yes, everyone in the family received their checkup results. When Walkie looked at his face went so pale. Poor Walkie. When Walkie found out that Maractus had lied, so he must not have found out about the lie till 6 months later. I don't know why it is that I thought... Ugh. Whatever. Okay, let's just keep going. Let's stop thinking here. That must have been quite frightening. Oh. Okay, I was gonna say... Oh, well, I thought you were about to say that little bitch. Of course that little bitch is so cute. Great. Now he sounds like a psychopath. I'll teach him, he said. He took one of the family's pistols. Alright. Hold it. Oh, okay. He's a special case, alright. Maybe he is a bit spoiled. I hear he got amazing presents for his birthdays. Ugh. Alright. And danger. It's the only point that needs to be made. So you already know what happened, and you already know what happened that night. Well, let's hear your version of it. Yeah, don't let the pretty girl think that she could possibly do anything wrong. I just don't see how anyone but Walkie could have done it. Alright, but, we're still talking about that... Oh, I'm trying to grab a napkin here. I'm gonna wipe my eyes up. So how certain can you say? How can you say... You know what, I'm gonna blow my nose too, hang on. Man, that was up my nose all this time? Ew. Alright, how can you say that for certain? How? Oh no. He's like, fuck you, man. Your forehead, you will refrain from badgering the fro line. I forgot already. It was the defendant, and Walkie was it, who took the pistol from his home. We know this for a fact now. So how could anyone else have used this pistol to shoot the victim? No, well... Could someone else have used that pistol? No, there is another. Well, I mean, anyone else in the family could have used it, right? I guess, but... Uh-oh. Interesting. Let's ask the defense, then. Tell the court who this other person with access was. Alright, so is the dad in here? Yeah, he is. The thing, are they saying, though, I mean, the thing is, the pistol was fired from out in the park, and nobody else was out in the park. So it kind of seems silly to suggest that it could have been the dad or the mom, right? But all they're saying is who else had access, and they did. Well, that's what I'm going with, I guess. What's this? They don't. They just didn't want him to have to live with... On his parents' behalf, I'd like to give you a penalty. Well, oh, no. Alright, never mind then. Yes. Why would you testify against him like this? Yeah, I know. Alright. Well, I did get into something there, a little mini-game of sorts. But that happened just by me pressing, right? So I feel like that has to be it. Hit the wall. Oh, that's... Man, I tell you, he's so, like, powerful. Family ties. Well, yeah, Alita herself, I suppose. Okay, so it is... So somebody does. Okay, then. Alright, she's his fiancé. I guess it's probably safe to assume she would have had ties to it. But I don't know. I mean, that's different from one family to the next. How much do you really trust? Okay, just making sure I was on the right statement there. Like, you know, I mean, until they're actually married, I would think they would keep her out of it. But maybe not. I mean, I don't know. Besides, here's the other thing. Oh, I wasn't even thinking about this. That third footprint, the red one, it was pointing out away from the noodle stand. So what I think happened was, the victim was hiding her inside of the noodle stand. Because she was wearing the slippers, it was a slipper footprint. So she stepped out after all of it was over to get away. Okay, hang on, let me just... Because her shoes were at the clinic, she left that night. Alright, where are you? You're right there. Do it. Do it. Well, of course, I mean, you, Miss Tiala. Yeah, you. You were quite clear when you told the court. You heard about the pistol from the defendant on the day of the murder. In other words, you knew what he was planning. Mm-hmm. Okay, that was kind of dumb of me to say the father or the mother or whatever. You intend to tell us that this lady stole the pistol from her fiancé and used his hands to shoot it? And killed a man on his behalf? Damn. How does she get her shoes back? She's wearing the shoes. Unless she has another pair just like it. It does seem a bit unfathomable, to be sure. I'm all for romance, and for supporting your partner in life, to be sure. But I think I would hesitate at murder. You think? You just think, you know. Yeah, well. But what if a different connection could be proven? A connection between the witness and the victim. Here we go. We might find that she had a personal motive beyond wanting to help her fiancé. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, you don't know? I'm starting to think the police never looked inside that safe. I have evidence showing a connection between the witness and Tiala and the victim, and it is over here. Walkie's chart. Hello. That looks like a medical chart. Found inside a safe at the Maractus Clinic. I'd like to draw the court's attention to the names written on the chart. Miss Tiala, whatever. Why is your name on this chart? Oh, I've never seen her like that before. Even with her hands folded in the prayer position, she's still scary. Oh, whoa, another scary pose. Suddenly her chin got pointy. Look at, there's like 1 pixel there. 1 pixel of peach. Okay, anyway. Our warm little fiancé just froze over. I was on staff at that clinic until half a year ago. It was boring, so I quit. Dude, what happened to this girl? Holy crap, she's crazy. That's all. Is there a problem with that? Miss Tiala. Sorry, my nose. And I don't now. Now? I quit half a year ago, didn't I? So there's no connection. Let me guess. You're the kind of guy who can't rest until he knows every last detail of his girlfriend's past. Am I right? Actually, you might want to talk to Phoenix about that one. I embrace the ones I love. Oh, don't interrupt the judge! I cut off the judge! There's no connection now. It doesn't fly in a court of law. Doesn't fly? She's one tough nut. She probably feels right at home with the Katakis. Who left you left your job at the clinic, true, but you remained connected somehow. Yeah, you did, because your shoesy woozies were there. Uh-huh, your shoesy woozies. Do we have those? Yes, we do. Take that. These sandals were found in the clinic lobby. They're yours, aren't they? Even though you're wearing them right now. I'm so sorry, Fräulein, but your act isn't working. What? Your moment of hesitation just now cost you. What's with you? I thought you were on my side. Perhaps you were unaware that toes leave toe prints. You know, we're gonna get into the toe thing again now. Start talking about those toe prints. Take your shoes off. We're gonna take your toe print. This is, what? Yeah. I suggest you start representing your client and stop representing yourself. It sounds as though we need to hear a bit more about your story. Oh. Your sandals were found with toe prints included in the entrance to the clinic. You better start wearing pantyhose now, which means you went there on the day of the murder. Well, there's little point in denying it. Very well. Okay. I am curious. She went to help him put all the stuff, take all the stuff out of the noodle stand. I did go to the clinic that day, my first time in half a year since I quit in January. I went to warn him. After all, I knew Waki had the pistol. The doctor always was a timid man, too timid to admit his own mistake. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. I wanted to tell him to be careful as an old friend. As an old friend? You mean an old co-worker? By mistake, you mean the mistake we heard about from the defendant. The botched operation. He was a timid small man, but I never wished him harm. I just thought I should let him know, you know? He was not small, that does make sense. But there's still one thing which does not. The sandals left in the lobby, of course. We can assume she wore these sandals to the clinic. Then why did she not wear them home? If it were me, I would have worn them home. Oh, I think I actually have figured out most of this already. No, please don't put that picture in my head. It's too late, it's already there. Now somebody's going to draw it and send it to me on Twitter. Actually, don't do that either. For your own sake, not for mine. Why are the sandals left behind? Because she changed into the slippers. There's probably a good explanation for this, right? Say, for instance, they were uncomfortable. There happened to be a similar pair which you wore home. No. There's another new pose. Actually, that's right. I'm impressed, Mr. Gavin. You thought of it. Oh, it's nothing. There is, after all, no other possible explanation, right? Forehead. He is! Like, he's... What, dude, are you crazy? I'm finding this to be, like, one of the least threatening prosecutors I've ever seen, but he's also, like, the most funny. I don't know what he's doing. He's so weird. I did go to the clinic that day, my first time in half a year since I quit in January. You went to warn him, after all you knew Waki had the pistol. Okay, so if you warned him, but he still went there. The doctor always was a timid man. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself either here, though. Too timid to admit his own mistake. That bothers me. It's like she's saying that he wasn't even aware he made a mistake. Yeah, you know he knew about it because he was hiding the charts in the safe, so he knew he had done something. So what good is it to not admit your mistake when you've already made it? Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. You're not. That's just the kind of thing that a person who has dark secrets would say. I don't want to press these out of order because I'll forget which ones I've done and which ones I haven't. I wanted to tell him to be careful, as an old friend. Okay, yeah. Okay, here's the other thing, too. You know how the witness was standing on the other side? So the bullet would have gone into his left temple. If she shot him from inside of the cart, it would have gone in his right temple. Boom, there you go. So, yeah, now that we have that, just trying to figure out where the problem is here. Just got a lot of different. I'm trying to like look for poses now too. Well, that's what I've done. I'm not hiding any dark secrets. It's this one right here is the one that's... I don't know, man. Huh. No dark secrets, eh? What? Look at me however you want, Mr. Justice. You won't find a thing. You're free to think whatever you'd like. I went to that clinic with only one thought in mind. Well, maybe she went to the clinic with one thought in mind and ended up doing something else, or maybe she and he together. Or he wanted to tell him to be careful, as an old friend. I feel like this is weird, too, though. But then you'd be betraying Waki, wouldn't you? No, I did it for him, for us! She went to warn him so her fiancé would not have to commit such a crime, yeah. I didn't want them to take my Waki away. Okay, it's nothing. I just thought there might be a date on there. Well, I'm gonna try it. Let's try pressing here. What time did you go to the clinic? Yeah, this would help to know. I feel like there's something that's gonna get added to the testimony here in a second. It was after 9:30. And that was the first time you had contacted him in half a year? Of course it was. Okay. He wasn't the kind of boss you made friends with. And yet you say, as a friend. Never mind. So why did you go to the clinic that day? I went to warn him. After all, I knew Waki had a pistol. Okay. This is the thing she keeps denying, is that she went there to warn him. Or that's what she keeps saying. What was the plan, you know? Like, what were you gonna do? What did he do? Did he do anything? Okay, let's just read. I thought that was the only other way to avoid the problem. Could you have called? Why go in person? I called several times, but no one was in. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, well, wait a second. The car was in the garage at the clinic. I assume that's the first place it went after the mirror got knocked off, right? So why would it take him so long to drive to the clinic from the clinic? Or am I just missing something here? I thought if I warned him, he would run away. Knowing the doctor. Too timid to even... Okay, I was worrying about this one too, though. I mean that act of malpractice on Waki. If he just told Waki the truth in the beginning, none of this would have happened. Ah, true, yeah. A disturbing thought, to be sure. We know that the clinic had ties to the family. He probably couldn't have gone to the police, even if he wanted to. I guess not. That's why I knew I had to warn him. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. Well, let me look over my evidence again. It has been a while here. Well, you're not, but see, you are, because we have your toe print. We have your toe print on the slippers. That seems like the first really... Yeah, let's do it. Let's give it a go. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Not at all. Okay, sure, fine, whatever. But what about the toe? Prints with the toe. Why else would I have done? I'm not hiding. I'm telling you, this has got to be the one. I just need to look a little closer. It's not the bully. You weren't in the... Wait a second. Oh. I'm overthinking it again. It's this, because she knew about the whole thing. Because she knew about the botched operation. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was easy. Ah, there was no reason for me to take that long on that one. Jeez. You know why it was, don't you? Mind filling me in? No. You can just go to the audience and watch. Ooh, bad hair doctor. And this is where you come in. The nurse who filed this chart was you, which means you knew about Walkie's failed operation. So it wasn't really her dark secret, but it was still kind of. It was enough of a secret. So I assume he gave her a really nice severance pay. Kinda makes it hard to claim no connection, doesn't it? Here comes the breakdown. No? No breakdown yet? You're bold for a novice. Yeah, I know, I got some wit for a blumpkin, don't I? Mr. Justice, you must know I was only a nurse. The doctor is responsible for the chart contents. Not me. This chart business seems to be quite important. Please amend your testimony. Aha, I was right, though. Yeah, too bad, little attorney. Ah, here we go. Mm-hmm. I saw it. Right, well, I saw a pose, and then my bracelet's reacting again. What is it, Apollo? I felt my bracelet vibrate just now. I think I got a bracelet call. Oh, it's my Apple Watch, excuse me. You can't? Then what's my bracelet reacting to? Are we still being introduced to new things in Case 2? What has to be it? Your senses, Apollo? They must be sharper than mine. Okay. Yeah, I can perceive it, you know. Listen to me, Apollo. There's a weak point somewhere in Miss Tiala's testimony, and you're gonna find it. Yeah. You have to perceive it. You have to perceive. Oh, why am I laughing like this? Somehow touching it helps me focus. Let's give it a shot and bring down that testimony, yo. Alright. Why would I go to the clinic now for a half-a-year-old... Oh, wait, have we read this? Why would I go to the clinic now for a half-year-old chart? To get rid of it? Well, of course, she thought it was in the safe. Let's slow it down. Go to the clinic now for a half-year-old chart. I was watching her hands, but I didn't really see anything. Let's try her face, I guess. Oh my god, I am such an idiot. I see now. I see it now. My problem is I was looking for it on the top screen. I know that sounds completely dumb. But that's... It's right there. Gotcha. She's twisting her ring around on her finger. I was looking for it on the top screen. I don't know why. I forgot, because I thought, like, in the previous version, you could see him doing it on the top screen. So I thought I had to look for it on the top screen first, before I moved the bottom screen to where the problem was. And I don't... maybe you could have seen that on the top screen, and I just didn't. But I don't think... Anyway, whatever. But you know why you would go now, don't you? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a member of the Imperial Senate on a diplomatic mission to Alderaan. You are part of the Rebel Alliance. Anyway, you have a nervous habit. The moment you said the word now, you used your right thumb and fiddled with your ring. She's like, what? Get out of my head, dude. She was unsure. I saw it. Now, that's the key word. The chart wasn't a part of your past. It was a clear and present threat. Yeah. Which means something happened quite recently. something to make that chart a problem for you now. He took it out of the... Well... Did he threaten to, like, go public with it or something? Maybe he's blackmailing her? Yeah. Trying to strike the killing blow with evidence. Evidence? Good lord. There's no use trying to hide it. The chart became a threat to you now because of this. Oh my god. We actually have to do it. Okay. Hang on now. No profiles, thank god. Okay, the chart became... Well, it became a threat because the Kitakis found out about the... Oh, shit. Well, wouldn't the Kitakis have known? Like, at some point, he must have told them she was his nurse, right? So if they found out about the bullet in the heart, they're probably going to assume that she knew about it. If she was the nurse. That's something that happened recently. That's when they found out about the metallic object. Okay, that's what it is then. The health checkup report belonging to the defendant. The Kitakis are trying to get out of the business. The health checkup this month was their first ever. What did you think when you heard about this? Oh, nothing. Why should I think anything? Oh, I would think you were positively beside yourself. Beside herself? Is that a reference to something? Don't answer that, viewers. Because you were afraid. You knew what Waki's chest x-ray would reveal. Erg! Excuse you. A full half year had passed since the operation. You thought you were home free. When the chart came back to haunt you. Oh! Get dunked on. What's going on? Why is it black and white? Ah. Oh. Man. That's all, Your Honor. Nothing further, Your Honor. What just happened? Did the witness just admit to lying? Maybe. I sensed it. You didn't sense shit, dude. I'm the one that's perceiving around here. There was a great aura emanating from her hair or forehead. Very cool. Did he actually see something, I wonder? So the lady was lying, it seems. That's correct. Your witness, sir, was lying. She said she had no connection to the Maractus Clinic. But her connection was deep indeed. A bit too deep. That's what she said. If the Kitakis get a hold of this chart with her name, she'd be finished. Isn't that right, Miss Tiala? What do you think? You guessed it. Alright, so where does that put us? She's out, she's out, she's out. I did it. I broke her testimony. With my bracelet. Oh. Daddy was right about you. Oh. There must be tons of people out here, then, that have that ability. What's up? It's true, that chart was bad news for me. That's why I went to meet the doctor that day. But that's all. I told him about walking and went home. But that... Well, so, we don't care. It appears this cross-examination is far from over. What? That was my what, not his. She hid the truth from us, this is clear, yet it is not clear that this truth has anything to do with the case at hand. Exactly! Very well, the witness will add this to her testimony, and we'll have a bit more cross-examination. Ah, more? I don't think she wants more. I think she's had enough. Nothing happened at all, I warned him and left. Okay, so we're not doing the bracelet thing anymore. Why are we going to do that for half-a-year-old charge? Nothing happened at all, I warned him and left. Okay. Gotcha. Did go to the clinic that day. First time in half a year. Well, here's the thing, though. Nothing happened at all, you warned him and left. And why did you change your shoes? Where is it? Here we go. Uh-oh. Okay, alright, hang on. I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Oh, I'm sorry, I just farted. You know, I'm sorry that it stinks. I shouldn't have had that lasagna, that Stouffer's lasagna. Oh, but I love the taste of it, you know? Alright, so I'm gonna save here. Before I get down to my last little rung of health. What if I just pressed it? Let me see. How did he respond to the warning? Oh, he was quite surprised, panicky even. Who wouldn't be scared to learn a Kitaki was after them? Instantly, this court is not afraid of any mobsters. Why, we had a life-threatening situation just yesterday right here in this courtroom. Yes. Yes. What? No way. Did that seriously happen? That's another thing I need to see. Drawn or animated or... Never mind. Nothing happened in his office that day, huh? But what about the mess we found? I thought they made the mess because we had caught them and they did it right before we walked in there. But I guess it could have happened, you know, at some other point, like when she visited him before. Yeah, that's the thing. We can't prove when. Let's try putting some evidence up anyway. There's no way she went to that clinic just to warn him. You know why she went? Yeah, really. Maybe it's the lamp because of the red stain on the cord? But that could have gotten there at any point, not just like... I guess the other thing is the bullet in the safe, but who said the safe was open? Well, we know something happened in the office then. Because of the bullet, yeah. But we don't know when that was, so... I think this is what they want me to do, though, so I'm gonna try it. You say nothing happened in the doctor's office? I disagree. Take a look at this. Ooh, tasty. Ball of clay. Well, the other girl thought it was ice cream, and I thought that was a lot more cool. Something did happen in that office, Miss Tiala. Ooh. Enough of this joking around. The police investigated that clinic. Ah, but this was stuck inside the doctor's safe. Inside the safe? Oh no, oh man, I almost feel bad seeing him like that. I guess the police didn't check that far, or maybe the safe was still shut. Oh, that's right, the safe was shut! So of course that happened before we got there. Still, that could have happened, like, it could have been that way when the doctor bought it, I don't know. You say that bullet was fired on that day. Yeah, I know. Well, unless they run ballistics on it. Weren't you the one who explained rifling marks to us? Oh. Okay. Oh, well. Oh, man. Maybe that's why there were 2 shots fired from it. Not bad. Hair forehead. Ugh. Bailiff, have this bullet analyzed immediately. And get me some coffee. Black! 30 minutes later, a report arrives. Meanwhile, we've all just been standing here twiddling with our thumbs up our butts. Yes. It was that gun. Seems as though the bullet in the safe was fired from the murder weapon. Perhaps the defense would like to state their position. The bullet in that safe proves one fact. A pistol was fired in that office. And at the time of the firing, the safe was open. That's the other thing. The safe which contained the top secret chart. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I don't know, though. I don't think she did it. But if it wasn't her, then who was it, you know? Well, it's like I said before, maybe... whatever. Oh, I'll say maybe the parents, you know, never mind. Are you accusing the witness again? Yeah, she got engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as that bullet remained in his chest, his days were numbered. Well, she married him, and then the bullet finally reached its destination. Which reminds me, apparently, the Kitakis have been asserting themselves in lawful business practices. They're making quite a great deal of money, a fortune, if you will. That's what I was saying. But now, Uh-oh. Here it comes. Is it Edgeworth? You keep talking trash about my Alita, and I'll sue you, lawyer man. Ugh. Yeah, you said you'd abuse my Alita. I think you mean accuse. There's two lines there. Same difference. Well, you can't have her. She's mine. It was me. I shot that doctor. Me. He left me to die, so I left him to die too. There in that park. What if he, like, knows he's gonna die, and he's like, well, I might as well take the fall for you, because I'll be dead anyway. So he probably didn't expect all this to happen. And now in desperation, he's running up to defend her. You keep your hands off my Alita, or all. What? Oh, well. Yeah, what is funny? Wake up and smell reality? You wake up and smell what? Wait a minute. The signature on the chart, the engagement? I mean, come on. It's so obvious. Even for a brainless, spoiled brat such as yourself. Don't talk to them like that! Your honesty is like a breath of foul air, Fräulein. Hey, I wasn't getting out of this clean anyway. So the family fortune is what you're really after? That's right. I wanted the money. No way! That's whack! I ain't trying to hear that. Should have done the wedding earlier. Oh well. By the way, can I ask you a question? Who, me? Yes, you! Couldn't be, then who? I believe you said you were going to abuse me? No. Of what crime, might I ask? Extortion! Or something. I don't know. I'm a bad girl. Sure, I got close. To people watching videos of me saying I'm a bad girl in a girl voice, why do you put up with this? This is horrible! He was the one with the pistol. He could have fired it into the safe after I'd already left the clinic. What? You had the most to lose if that chart was found. But I didn't have a pistol now, did I? Oh, man. Well, yeah, exactly. Sorry to intrude in this lovely conversation. A lot of that just kind of, I feel like a lot of that went over my head for a second there. But the two of you are forgetting one critical point. What point is that? Certainly the Fräulein wanted that chart. You assume she threatened the doctor into opening that safe, but then, wouldn't she have taken the chart? Exactly, yeah. Like when we got there, 2 numbers were put into the safe already. Did she shoot him in the middle of while he was putting in the code? And if that's the case, why would she have shot inside the safe after that, after he had already been shot? That's the part I can't figure out. Like, the chart wouldn't have been left in that safe. Yeah. It had to have been fired at some point before. I don't know, man. It is clear to this court that you are not a very good fiancé. Oh, I'm flattered. Perhaps it's time you told us the truth. Tell us about yourself, including your actions and whereabouts on that day. Don't forget, we've proven that you were at the Maractus clinic on the day of the crime. Now we just need you to tell us what you were doing there, I guess. Yes, I went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor. I wanted that chart, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof I stole that pistol, do you? And that brat was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Maractus was shot in the temple or not. What? That chart was dangerous, you understand? I needed to get rid of it, that's why I went that day. But you couldn't get the chart then. And later that night, He was shot, okay. You heard about the shooting. Waited a day. Okay, that's when we got there. Yeah, true. That was you? Yes, it was. I knew that was her. I mean, obviously, well, the shoes, though. Maybe that was when she took off her shoes. I don't know. I still don't think so, though. So you were the burglar. That was you too? If only I had one more minute. Then I could have opened that safe and gotten the chart. Well. Yeah, I get it, but how did you know the code? Wouldn't he have changed it after 6 months of you not being there? Or maybe she was just... and if she was trying a bunch of different numbers, that wouldn't make sense either, because there were only fingerprints on the 4 numbers, and the back button, which I mistakenly said was 0 in the other video. Sorry about that. Okay. The Maractus Clinic, Part 2. There is a bunch of stuff here, though, man. Okay, you went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor. We know that already. You wanted that chart, but you failed to get it, so you went back later. In any case, you didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof I stole that pistol, do you? Maybe not. Let me look at it again. The prop spotted the park at the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if he was shot in the temple or not. Do you, like... was she in the court when we talked about this? Does she know he was shot in the temple? Because I kind of... because there was one other case where we had to... the doctor was shot in the right temple, yes. So it seems. Let's review the facts again. Yes, let's. Okay. I've been waiting for this. The killer shot from this location. The bullet would have struck our victim square in the forehead. However, the entry wound was in the right temple. Yes, we heard testimony on this yesterday with that other dude. At the time of the shooting, the witness was standing here. But didn't we establish he was standing north? Okay, the victim turned his head to look. Uh-huh. Yes, yes. Okay, good. That testimony was proven to be a lie. Okay, here we go. Alright, okay, yes. Standing to the north, It's gonna ask me where the shot came from, isn't it? Silly, silly attorney. What? Do you remember what you had for breakfast that morning? Yep. Frosted Flakes, ma'am. Just a glass of milk? No actual solid food? Then again, I can't see you taking a dump. If that's the case, there can only be one explanation. The panties guy was mistaken. Nope. But his location, the location of the ringmaster's head, was proven. You can't write that off as him being mistaken. Oh, he's so mad. Then why don't you show us? Show you what? That was his what, not me. Must I explain everything? Very well, let's recap. Recap! If the witness, Panties guy, was standing to the north, then where was the shooter standing? From what location did the killer shoot the victim? Sure enough. Oh, I've been waiting for this. She is in that thing. She is in the wagon. It's her footstep with the slipper on. I mean, I'm telling you, man. It's up to the one possessing the shiny forehead to show us. Ugh. I'm pointing to it. If you can, that is. And of course, Pal was at the victim mark. Someplace else. As the facts stand now, we can explain this crime without contradicting ourselves at some point. But I know why. The real killer shot from an entirely different location. Oh, well, it's too bad, because I do Apparently Mr. Justice does. Let's hear it. Where in the world did the killer shoot the victim from? Thailand! No. It's time to raise the roof and the stakes. Penalties are such frightening things, don't you think? But what if they were a bit more terrifying? Oh, shit. Like so. Double penalty! Bring on the double penalty, dude! Then he must be ready for the challenges ahead. Oh, man. Challenge accepted, motherfucker. Are you sure, Apollo? He is the witness, Mr. Stickler's testimony. If we believe that, and we know where he stood, and the victim turned when he shouted, and the wound was in the right temple, the killer shot the victim from here. Oh, at last, I get to put forth my hypothesis and present. I believe we all owe a debt of gratitude to Miss Alita Tiala. What do you mean? Thanks to you, we had a chance to review the crime. And this time, we were prepared. We know that Wesley Sticker was telling the truth. We should have listened to him from the beginning. He's a panty snatcher, though. Wesley Sticker was standing next to the trash can when he saw the two men. He shouted, just as he told... What was I even... Oh my god, and I was over here talking about drive-by shooting. Well, it sort of was a drive-by shooting. She was in a vehicle with wheels on it when she shot him, wasn't she? Alright. He looked over, and the victim turned to look in his direction. The shot was fired, the victim was hit in the right temple. Oh no? Oh yes. Oh yes. Which direction was his right temple facing at that moment? That's right, toward the noodle stand. Let's go. Let's go. Order, order, order! So you're saying the killer was inside the noodle stand? Yes! Let's think about this a bit more, shall we? You say the killer was inside the noodle stand, which would mean the victim came to the park wheeling his own murderer in the cart behind him. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. You'd think I think you would notice if you were pulling someone along. I think, well, he had to know she was in there. Why else would he steal the stand? He wasn't trying to... He didn't want noodles. Why was he pulling the noodle stand in the first place? Yeah. Let's deal with our problems one at a time. Thank you. Yes, we shall. Someone was hiding in the stand. We've not come this far to talk about possibilities. Let's talk about proof, baby. Alright then, let's do it. Let's talk about proof. Show us evidence that proves someone was in that stand. I can't prove that. Well, I sort of can with the footsteps, but... I'm gonna say, well, too bad. I don't think I have it. Well, too bad. You guys want to just step outside for a minute? Kidding, just kidding. I've got it. Whew, close one. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Okay, so we know. Yeah, someone was. We know. But I don't have the footsteps chart. Because I feel like that would be the best way to prove it. The closest thing I have is the slippers. Let's try it. Maractus Clinic, and they're covered with paint. These slippers were found in a trash can near the crime scene. And a single slipper print was found at the scene. Yes, thank you, Emma. Thank you, Emma. I love you. If you're still listening. Right next to the noodle stand. Oh, and Miss Tiala, your toe print was found in the left slipper. Yes, your toe print. In other words, this is proof you were inside that noodle stand. Here we go. Yes, it was. Yeah, that part confused me a little bit when I looked at it too first. Yes, I can, with the leaf mark was on it. You have an impression left by a single slipper. What if it was on the stand and simply fell to the ground? That's just dumb. One more thing. A noodle stand is typically cluttered with the tools of the noodle-making trade. There's no room for a person to ride in there. Could someone have hidden in that stand? Yeah, sure. I think I might be onto something. I think I figured out one of our pieces of evidence. In order to make room in the stand, some things would have to be taken out. She didn't say taken out, but I know that's what she meant. I can prove one thing. Someone did scheme to clear space in that stand. Bowl, present, boom. This is a noodle bowl from that stolen Eldrin's noodle stand. We discovered a large quantity of these bowls yesterday inside the clinic. Oh, that hurts. That has gotta hurt. What's up, Dr. Eldoon? Wish we could get you on the witness stand. Yep, right around the time that you were there, Miss Alita. Stop! Man, I won't listen to any more of these wild fantasies. No, not fantasies. They're worse lies than that spoiled brat's pickup lines. Oh, Walkie, I think you should get out of here. Like, you don't have to listen to this bullshit, man. Show me an innocent, I'll show you a fairy tale. Oh, duly noted. The defense has somehow made its point. The witness had both a motive and an opportunity. More fairy tales? This whole trial is a fairy tale. Then please, pull us back down to reality. Oh, I'm giving you one last chance to explain yourself. This is it. He was trying to remove her from the scene so nobody would see that she had been there, maybe? That's still the part that I'm not 100% sure about, actually. Is like, that would have to mean that she and he had planned to do something, but what exactly, I don't know. Like, why would he wheel it towards the Kitaki's house? Why would he wheel it at all? Why didn't we just put her in his car and just run away?